Production by
What's up, everybody? So, welcome to today's podcast. As you can see, the number one guest we want to talk about right now is Mara and Nene. Here together, separately but together, and we have Stephanie and Frankie Cali active. So you know Nene as Nene Activities, Nene-tivities,
Yes.
and then we know Mara as Mara's Munchies. But one thing that you probably don't know is her story and how hard she's worked to get where she's at right now. So again, we had a lot of conversation with Nene and her podcast and what I thought was relative and why I invited her that Frankie and Stephanie don't know. But Nene has a good personality for having come from somewhere and working her way towards something. And it's very similar to Mara. So I think that they kind of are good catalysts for each other. And I also think that they have really good energy, and you guys will be able to see that in today's podcast. Frankie, again, leading the way, editing all the videos. I think that we just released part 2 of one of our YouTube videos, and he's already editing our third podcast, which would be with Nene, okay? And then we have a fourth podcast already recorded, and our fifth one, this will be number 5, or number 6.
Number 5.
Number 5. And we got a little fly that's been joining us, according to Stephanie, since podcast number 2. Remember, Frankie did a podcast by himself, 2 podcasts by himself.
Oh, yeah.
So he started this whole...
Hey, but for the record, we shout you out every podcast we have.
Dang. Thank you so much. I appreciate
And I know
that.
you don't ask for it, but, you know, we appreciate you and all the help you give us and working with us. And, you know, we enjoy, obviously, your candy
Good
and food
Munchies.
and stuff.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
That's
it's
all.
just an honest, you know, good shout out just because we love you.
We did it yesterday, and we're like, wait, but we don't know how much cheese we eat.
Yeah, we did it all.
At least I was being thought about. Dang,
All the
that's
time, since the beginning. And it's like one thing that I do want to make sure that we talk about first, because I know that we do product placement for a reason, but we talk about it usually middle or end of the podcast, is her candies. But we're going to get into that a little bit after, because one of the very first questions that I have, or actually first thing I want you to do, is kind of introduce yourself and tell people like how you came up with this.
Yeah.
Okay, what's up, you guys? You guys know me as Mara. I've been doing my business about 2.5 years now. So I came back to San Diego maybe like 8 years ago, and I came out here to be with my older brother. Like, he just had a daughter, and he needed help. And so basically, I packed up a duffel bag full of. I packed up a duffel bag, and I came over here and I lived with him in the studio. Where'd you come from? I lived in Arizona, but I'm originally from here. But I moved away in 2006.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, my house burned down. I used to live in City Heights.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So my house had burned down when I was like 12 years old. So we had moved out to Arizona.
Yeah.
And my brother originally was out in Arizona, so that's why we basically followed him out there.
Yeah.
And he moved back, so it's just, I'm
Yeah.
moving back.
So how'd you come up with the whole concept of Mara's Munchies? Like something you always wanted to do since you were little? You're like, I want to make my own candy, be like Willy Wonka? Or is it like something, you know, you just fell upon that, you know, just happened just by luck? You decided, oh, I'm going to do this, and it hit? Like, how did you come about with Mara's Munchies?
So I would say, since I was like 4 years old, I've been in the kitchen. Like, I'm known for my cooking. Like, that's what my number one is, like, my cooking. So I've always been in the kitchen. Like, my brother's friends, like, my brother, like, my family, like, they already know, like, hey, what's up, you know? I'm just like, all right, let me feed you, all right? So I initially didn't plan to do candy, you know, because I thought food was going to be my go-to. But after a while, like, growing up, I didn't want that to be, like, I didn't want to be the stereotypical, like, oh, like, you're in the kitchen all the time, you know? Because I have brothers, you know? So I'm always in the kitchen, like, doing what I'm told, and I'm like, yeah, I know how to cook, but, like, do I want to do this for a living? Like, I know I'm good at it. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this for a living. So I was actually in the automotive field for, like, 12 years. I was a wholesale manager.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I sold wholesale automotive parts, and I had my own shop in Arizona. So I built
That's
race cars and stuff for a living. So I didn't want it to, like, I did not want to be in the kitchen. I was like, fuck no.
Yeah.
I was like, you gonna make me fucking. They know. But I didn't want to be, like, without resources, you know what I mean? I don't like to be put in a situation to where I don't know something.
Yeah.
So that's why I boom wanted to learn how to work with cars. I already had a background in medical. So I'm hazardous materials and first responder operational certified. I have a diploma in medical assisting and associates in science. So I trained to be a firefighter.
She's into
Yeah.
No, I was I went through the fire academy and I was supposed to train to be a firefighter, but I got in a car accident. I got hit by a car and I got ejected. I was in an Acura Integra. I was passenger and I got ejected from the car. So
You
yes,
need to write a book.
I am. I'm literally on chapter 5 right now.
For real, clock in for you, boss.
It's called the
God damn,
It's called the
like
Hustler's Code.
Oh my god.
that
it's
is
like-
amazing.
So it's like I broke it down and I broke the book down to be like different things I experienced in my life to shape me, that shaped me to be why I am, like how I am today, and it kind of just gives more background and things of that nature. It's like it kind of like it like basically touches base on like trauma that everybody goes through, and then like how you're supposed to be able to like rise through it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people like me. There's a lot of people like me, but not everybody is blessed to be around the environment to where they're like, damn, I can do something better.
Yeah.
They're usually stuck. They're stuck
In that
Yeah.
trauma.
I feel like sometimes if it's not the trauma, it's the circle you keep around you. Like,
Exactly. Yes.
You know, because there's a lot of people that just naturally just be like, oh, that's a stupid idea. Or they'll try
Yeah.
to down talk whatever you're trying to do.
Mhm.
And if you keep that circle, you're going to doubt yourself. And when it's time to take that leap, you're going to be just like them and just be like, you know what, nah, I'm going to turn around and go back.
Yeah.
Or, other people are like, fuck it, I'm just going to jump in feet first and
Yeah.
whatever happens, happens.
Can you,
Exactly.
Can you guys kind of see why it's like so important for me to like make sure that Mata's always seen and heard, and she's just got like from like if you just see the outside exterior, it's like glowing, right? She has like a lot of personality. If you guys get an opportunity this year at any of the events that we frequent or new ones that we're going to come up with, you'll see that her real personality is like just full of life. But if you hear the reason why she, like you're getting a first time opportunity to be able to hear something that she didn't have to share, but she is sharing with you. And I think it's cool because it gives you a real insight to see why she's so driven. I think that one thing that I want to make sure that people know, and that you know as well, that you can appreciate how I appreciate myself from you and from Nana and from Stephanie, is that there's people who think and there's people who do. The people who think live in the trauma, like Nana was saying, and Nana's really good at reading people and feeling from her own self because she's becoming a bigger, stronger person from herself. And that's a lot like you and a lot like me, that we have this ability that we now see that Stephanie's also coming into. And Frankie's always just been a ball of light for everyone. But that difference of doing, I want to encourage people that are watching the podcast right now that you're hearing we're like probably like 4 minutes in and you just heard something that just made probably like us four jaws drop. And the second time hearing it, it's even more amazing than the first time because I'm getting to watch my brother and Stephanie and then hear it for the first time. And I just think to myself, it's really important that everybody knows out there. Again, we talk about making sure that you guys know that there's always somebody you can talk to. You can always feel like any of us here at Cali Active Angels is somebody that you can reach out to. Never feel like you're alone. Never feel like you don't have somebody to turn to. And just like Mara said, there's always somebody who has gone through something that you've gone through or something similar. Don't just think because they've come out of the cocoon and become the butterfly that they are, that they didn't have to endure some type of hell to get there too. And I just want to make sure that you know that you're a doer, and the reason that you are the way you are, and the reason you're sitting at the table is because every single one of us believes that you're the ultimate doer. You don't just fucking sit there and wait for shit to be handed to you. You say, okay, how do I fucking do this? And I think that it's a noble act to be able to bet on yourself. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the exact reason why I wanted you to be next to Nana, because she's the same way. It's really important that you guys see that they're not just angels who post. They're not just people who make food and just sell it to you and they disappear. Like, no, these are real women that sit there and have had to go through internal battles, traumas like all of us do. And then we just want you guys to know that really, number one, important, that you're not alone. But number two, that the person that you're buying from is someone who cares tremendously. Not cares about what you think, but cares about what she's putting out there. So just, I wanted to make sure we reiterate
I'm
that.
over here about to cry because you're being so sweet, and this was like.
I'm sorry.
To make sure you look
I'm
good.
I'm literally looking at myself in this camera and I'm like, fuck, I look like a beach that's fucking whale right now. Like, it's bad. It's bad.
To the side, and
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
give him a
Why not
pass.
that? Yeah.
Give him a fucking pass. He's like this. You want my jacket?
It doesn't look as bad, and I'm like,
And be like, don't wear white
Embrace it.
Marshall.
Oh, look, I'm sitting up straight,
Embrace
like, put my chest a little bit.
You gave us
That's
all
nice.
Yeah, just embrace it, fool.
You know?
It's grizzly bear season, homie.
Yeah. See, Crystal Poppins.
See,
And don't forget, dude, it's big boy season right now.
It is big.
Oh,
boy season.
Crystal Poppins just said if you ain't 300 pounds, don't get at her. He's like, hell yeah.
She said we are not paying for that heater. We are not paying for that heater.
saving money on electricity. Hell yeah. But no, back to what you were
Yeah,
saying.
I wasn't laughing
Yeah.
at what you were talking about.
I
I'm
really
like,
do
what?
appreciate it.
I just saw that on the
Leave
side
my-
note. I saw the change. I'm like, and I see that, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, because she looked at me, and I thought she was the only one looking at me. Like, everybody was focused here. Like,
I was
all
until
like,
I seen you like
she
shit.
said,
our
all I had to do
peripheral.
was do this, and she knew what I was talking about.
No, I noticed that shit too, and then I looked at Stephanie, and then I just started laughing because I was like, I know you saw that shit. But back to what you were saying, and the other topic,
Yeah.
I do think it really is. I think it really is a beautiful thing to know that somebody has gone through trials and tribulations in life and didn't turn out to be a shitty human being. Because there's a lot of people in this world that go through very traumatic things and turn into a shitty person. They use it as an excuse to be a shitty person. So it takes a lot to go through actual struggles and still be a genuine human being. And I don't think many people realize that the people you surround yourself with are a reflection of you. Whether you want to acknowledge that or not, if you're surrounding yourself with a bunch of bums, yeah, you might have a job and you might have a good day-to-day life, but you're still staying around bum mentality. How are you going to get further in life if you're keeping yourself comfortable? And I don't think anybody really looks into that until they're older, until they have a real life situation that makes them analyze their life in a certain different perspective. But the people you surround yourself with really do reflect you, because the people you surround yourself with also either encourage you to do better or encourage you to stay comfortable. And that's one of the biggest issues in life. If you stay comfortable, you're never going to better yourself. And you should always better yourself for what you want, not necessarily for what other people want from you. So that's a big thing, that you've been able to just power through everything and still be a good, genuine person and make some good munchies. That's a big thing.
Good for it.
And
Honestly,
think about
energy.
it. Without your brothers, you would have never been here. So thank goodness for brothers.
Yeah.
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 Speaking of
I'm just saying, you know,
honestly,
I'm a brother too.
yeah, my brothers. Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah. Honestly, yeah.
Thank goodness they were hungry, you know? Like,
Yeah.
all those times you got to practice.
Yes. Many, many times. Shout out to my brothers for wanting fresh salsa every fucking day.
Yeah.
And rice and beans.
So, I know
Just
that
saying.
we're very funny, but I know that one thing that I really want you to talk about is, I know that we talked deep into it really quick, and we didn't go too deep, but I want you to jump into your candy, because
Okay.
I can remember, and everybody knows that I have my S2000, and I've had like 2 or 3 of them, but I used to take my S2000 to Mada's house to pick up candy, and it was funny that I always remember thinking that my car's way too loud, but the very first impression that I got of Mada was when she came out, she's like, the first thing was my car, and I was like, holy shit, she's a car person.
Yeah.
And then it was like, after that, it was like, boom, boom, and then we were all connecting, networking, and then Frankie was also starting off with Cali Active Angels, and then all started. So how did you start with like just the candy? Like, I know we mentioned it, or Frankie asked about
Yeah,
it.
you didn't want to cook,
Okay.
so.
So I didn't want to cook, right? I didn't want to cook. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. But I was like, okay, I know I'm good at it. You know? So like I was just like, whatever, started selling tamales on the side. So I've been doing tamales, I've been back 8 years now. So I've been doing tamales for the past 8 years. So I was everybody's tamale plug, and that's what I was doing. But so my brother passed away 2 years ago. 2.5. He passed away 2.5 years ago, and it was like the candy was more of like a coping mechanism.
What was his name?
Arturo Lujan.
Did he have
Yeah. No, Arturo, you guys know him as Go, or El Yogi, you know. Palm Ave, you guys already know. Shout out to the homies. You guys gonna see this, they're gonna see it, so I have to say something.
Okay.
So, yeah, basically, after my brother passed away, I kind of used candy as like the coping mechanism. I was hanging out more with my nieces. and it started with TikTok. Honestly, they're like, yeah. Can you make me this? Like, yeah, can you make me this?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I can make that. I can make anything, you know? Come on. Make tamales, I can make anything. And it was with the chamoy pickle kit. That was the first thing. That's what I started off with. So I was making chamoy pickles. I was making cherry chamoy pickles and blue raspberry lemonade pickles. And that's how it started on TikTok. No, because it's against California state law to manufacture your own pickles because level of toxicity. But we're working around that. My opinion.
And Lena don't mind about toxicity.
Hold on.
Oh my god! It's technically not a poison. I don't know why.
It's toxic. I didn't say poison.
Okay. So what had happened was.
So then what?
So basically I was just doing that. I was making them candy, and they're like, yeah, like you're really good. Like you need to start. They're like, you sell it. They're like, sell it. Yeah, I'm like, I'm selling my candy. They're like, no, for reals. They're like, you need to sell it. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, just do it. They're like, why not? They're like, go on TikTok. Go on TikTok. And I started. That's where my first clientele was. So like 2 years ago, I was going live on TikTok and I was selling on live. My first client was in like Las Vegas. So that's where I was selling. I went to Las Vegas. I sold in Las Vegas, Texas, New Mexico, fucking London, Utah, Florida. Yeah, so that's how I started, was on TikTok.
Do you find it crazy? Let me ask you, like, because, you know, we sell merch too, like, and I can guarantee you, like, 75% of the shit I sell is out of state.
Yeah.
Like, did it amaze you, like, when you started selling and you were getting all these people from everywhere else except your own city? Like,
yeah.
Was it kind of like, you know, like, damn,
San
like,
Diego
that's
does not
fucked up.
support like they should.
No, honestly, that's a big thing. So you would be surprised the amount of strangers that were more willing to help me than the people I knew.
Yeah.
And at first, like
I'll give you an example, because not to cut you off, but as somebody I've literally done everything in the community. Like I've been in a band, I've toured, I do the clothes, I do the car scene, I do a lot of things that are involved in, you know, San Diego. And I mean, when I was in the band, for us, we're a semi-political reggae band, almost like a Sublime kind of feel, in Spanish. But like we would travel to Arizona, Texas, Mexico.
Wait, what did you play?
Saxophone.
No fucking way!
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, I think that is such a beautiful instrument. That's crazy.
You know what? My brother would never probably admit it either, but we're like musical geniuses. Like,
oh my god. Me too. Okay, we're gonna have
But
a whole different
nonetheless,
conversation.
like, you know, it was hard for us to break out in San Diego. Like, we got love everywhere else but San Diego.
It's
With
crazy.
the car scene now,
sold out,
the way it
like
is.
Mexico and TJ said, and I tripped out. Like I didn't never know that Frankie was like their band was that big, because that was just some music that sounds like Trash Can City. But, like no kidding, like then you hear like that was around the time that Molotov was like blowing up, like bands
We
like
worked with a
that.
lot of big bands. We
Yeah.
opened for Juanes in Arizona.
No
Wild.
fucking
Real
way.
shit.
Oh my god.
That's
this
the
is
reason
such
why
a huge
Stephanie
little-
fell in love with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of bands.
With the
now,
saxophone.
The saxophone,
yeah.
like a lot of bands, like Inspector, all these bigger
Dude,
bands.
all the
We
saxophone.
played with them.
I get it.
We played with them.
I'm thinking about the one
Yeah,
time
yeah.
I smoked weed with Gregory Isaacs.
No, yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, with his wrinkly ass suit on and everything.
I was like,
Huh?
put respect, I was tripping
Yeah,
out.
but you know, it's the same thing. Like even in San Diego, in the lowrider game or things like that, like people talk mad shit to me because I leave out of town to go to shows. But that's because like San Diego is just like people talk shit about your car. People don't give a fuck. Where in LA or anywhere else, it's like people are out there just to have a fucking good time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and even with the clothes, like I get dudes hit me up from out of state to buy my clothes, even if it says SD on it. Then I do, you know, people in San Diego, and that's like, it's crazy to me. So that's the main reason I'm asking you, like, you know, like, did it really affect you? Like, because it affected us, like, in every aspect I do. It's like, why does San Diego have to be so full of, like, hate in the sense, like, can't do nothing here? And
I want to make sure before you answer that question that we're very clear that it's not that we think that anybody is specifically hating on Cali Active,
yes,
but
No.
what we really directly or indirectly mean what Frankie's saying is that it feels like sometimes it's way easier to get a lot of encouragement from outside sources instead of the people
Yes.
that you would expect the encouragement from. I don't think that hate is the right word.
Yeah, hate is not the right word, but
We're just saying, like, you know, because a lot of people love you. We know that. And with the same amount of love comes an equal balance of the yin and the yang of the hate. But instead, let's make it seem like instead of saying the word hate,
support.
yeah, there's a lot more
Yeah.
support that comes from you, and you see that support is coming from, like, the UK. That's wild.
Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
Yeah,
wild.
for real.
It's like, but you know how many?
My tamales made it to the
No
No
way.
fucking way.
And so just imagine now, think to yourself, like, dang, but those orders from San Diego, the ones that you first expected to come, it's actually the people that are from further away that are, like, reaching for, like, this encouragement. How does that make you feel?
Yes.
I just don't want people to feel like
My words get wild sometimes.
That's okay. No, like I said, it was a little shocking to me that all these strangers were more willing to buy from me than people that were in my circle or, you know, even in my
Yeah.
state. And that was because I was doing the online thing, you know, I was strictly online. And then, what was it? In August of 2023, my cousin Liz, shout out Aslan Country Club.
Yeah, big ass lock, clock it.
They're the ones who gave me my very first vending opportunity.
Oh, wait.
My very first vending opportunity. They put my very first logo on the back of their shirts and everything.
Is it different than what your logo's now?
Yeah.
Was it at
Like,
one of,
huge
Completely
difference?
different.
that's really hard to do.
Okay.
was it at one of their picnics?
Yeah, it was their picnic.
Yeah.
It was at their annual picnic.
Yeah, they have picnics.
It was my very first event, and I sold out that day.
Good shit.
I fucking
Hell
sold
yeah.
out.
That is tight.
Like I had a line.
Is that when you knew?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what
I
you
knew.
should be
Yeah, I'm
doing.
happy my
I
niece
knew.
said something.
No, I knew, and I was like, I'm not going back.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
hell no. I left. I was doing security full time at the radio show. I was a 24-hour surveillance. So I seen a lot. And I basically was watching like my son grow up in the crib. You know, like
Yeah,
I would leave, he's in the crib. I'd come home, he's in the crib. He's growing. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna life I want. So with having a small business, I'm on my own schedule. I see my son whenever I want. My work schedule is Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Good shit.
You know, and I'm able to pay my bills and
That's
all that.
tight.
And I
And
have
even
all the time
then,
with my
when
son.
you're working, you can still have a good time.
Mhm.
Especially with the people that you're around
Yes.
and everything, you
It
know,
doesn't
like
even feel like work.
exactly. Like it
doesn't.
You're literally doing something you love.
Especially since you guys started coming to my events, I was just like, oh, they're gonna be there. It's different because I was going and I was working, and then my main goal was sales, but now it's to the point where people know who I am. They're
Yeah.
coming up to my table because they know exactly what they want. So the more that I'm just not worrying about the sales and I'm enjoying myself, the more it attracts customers.
Yeah.
That's like you see me just dancing. Like I don't even I'm just dancing.
I've actually noticed that hanging out with you more and doing more
Yeah.
events with you. I've noticed that, you know, people just walk up and they're like, "Hey, did you get my order? I'll put it with you. Okay, cool. I'll go by the house or
Yeah.
I'll meet you up over here later and pick it up." Like I've noticed that like a lot, and you know they're ordering more than one piece of candy. That's for sure.
It's usually like candy, tamales, and I'm doing the merch now too.
I'll tell you, I'll give you a great example.
Uh,
I think
that's a
most of
good
the
shirt.
customers for her, this is if it's anything like me, if I take $40 over there, I'm not trying to leave with $40 or $20 or $10. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what can I get? Like try to balance it out, and then just come home with a bunch of candies. So to give you guys an example, can you tell them? Because I remember picking up candy in the Ziploc bag or some kind of bag, and then I remember that the bag was sealed bag, and then I heard first from you that guess what? I have now actual packaging and I'm labeling everything. Can you tell us about that process? You don't have to tell your
secrets.
your secrets,
Yeah.
but like, can you talk about that evolvement of like how you started to do that stuff and like.
So I got a lot of inspiration off of TikTok at first, and I seen everybody doing it in the bag. So that's what I was doing. Everybody had their sticker. I got my stickers made, and I threw the candy in the bag. But it still didn't look like, for me, it didn't look professional enough. So I knew I had to change something, but I'm just like, all right, well, let's just focus on selling it, and the time will come. So I want to say maybe like I was at Embarcadero North, and I was doing a car show over there, and this lady came up to me, and she's the owner of a candy company, and she's like, hey, you make snacks? And I was like, yeah. She was like, we're gonna work together. You know, so basically she taught me how to like rebrand, I learned how to do my nutritional facts, but she would print it. So she helped me with my design. Like she provided me with a designer, and I have a design team to make all my labels. So I just had to provide him with my nutrition facts, give him my permit number and everything, and I ordered my stickers, and now I have a continuous band sealing machine. So it's sealed, like it's sealed, like you can, like it's legit. So I was in my candy. Was technically in over 300 stores up north, but I make candy for other companies.
Oh, that is amazing.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so it's not with my logo though, because what I do is I manufacture snacks for other people.
Yeah.
So you guys want Cali out the snacks? I'm a manufacturer. All you need is a seller's permit because I'm the one that's manufacturing the candy.
Yeah.
You're just buying it.
Yeah.
I do it for like Snap-on trucks, things of that nature.
Strong independent woman.
So it's like if I can do that for
I love it.
other people, why can't I do it for myself? And that's where I've been struggling right now, is trying to get my product into San Diego stores. It's like my product is up north. Like why can't it be here?
Yeah.
My logo.
I know a lot of personal sellers, Sugar Lip being one of them. He's in other stores and dispensaries and places all over California, even outside of Arizona, Vegas, a lot of places. We can't break through in San Diego right now. It all comes down to the support, I guess.
Yeah, and it's like my whole logo like is dedicated like to San Diego.
Yeah.
You know,
I
you see the placa.
Palm trees
San Diego.
are San Diego.
Hey, palm trees, palm and the same.
Love it.
That's it. You know, it's like everything, you know, that reflects my business is like, you know, like as like a tribute to San Diego, and I'm just like, this is my city, you guys. Like,
I love my city.
I'm
too.
proud of
I
my
know
city.
exactly
Like,
what you mean. Now, when you met that lady at that car show, is that when you did your whole rebrand as well?
so it actually took us like 6 months to actually do anything. We were busy, like back and forth. We both had busy schedules, and she's like, we need to sit down and have like a bunch. So we sat down, and then we were at a business meeting. We had a business meeting, and she was like, right on, like, you're gonna make me candy. She's like, are you down? I was like, yeah. So I was making like 2,000 bags of candy a week.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
And then it was to the point where I was like, I don't have enough. It's just me.
Yeah.
It's just me. You know?
At that time, did you think about asking, like hiring an employee, I guess, or getting
Yeah.
somebody to help you, or was it?
It's more of like the lack of resources. Like, who is I going to ask? Who's going to be trustworthy enough, like, for me to ask? Who am I going to allow in my home, you know, because I'm cottage food licensed, so I basically converted my house into my production area. So I don't have a living room. It's all production. It's all my machines. I got a bedroom. That's it. Like, I'm dedicated. Like, I don't
Yeah.
like work. You know, as long as my son has a roof over his head and the income is coming, like work, I'm blessed. You know.
That's amazing.
You see?
Yeah.
Crazy, huh?
I remember when we first met. I think the day I met you, besides the event we were at, you had like 5 other events.
Yeah.
And you were just like, hey, I'm going to another event right now. Just come with me. And I was like, what? Like, fuck, let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
But I think we ended up doing like three events. And then just tapped out. I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm tired. And she's like, okay, I got another one anyway. It seems like forever.
I don't know,
It's
honestly.
not, but it seems like forever. Like, that's how well we hit it off.
Dude, like I feel like Instagram is where I met a lot of people, and like I was Instagram friends first before I met them. Like I don't even know. It was the day of Fallbrook. I don't even know. When you guys asked me, they're like, "Hey, Mara, can you take my daughter?" They're like, "Take the kids to the restroom," and I'm like, "All right." Like they're talking to me like they know me. But I don't have glasses, so I was like.
Oh, better.
You know, so I was just
Better.
like, but they know, like, I was like, they know me, you know, because they're like the mannerisms and everything. Hey, Mara, yeah, just go with Mara. She's gonna take you. And I'm like, oh,
And if you know my kids, they will go with anything.
And yeah,
They
and,
don't go.
they were trying to make us go, and I was like,
They're like,
oh, and I was like,
"Candy,
oh, I know. And then he's like, tell me in a shirt. I'm like, oh shit, I know.
Yeah.
We've been friends.
I think the first time I met you was at a Fallbrook event, but it was we didn't even get like properly like introduced to each other.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever received a proper introduction, you know. But then the second, the second, it was Cruising Rio, I think. And we just started dancing for fucking hours. I was like, I'm chilling, sharing a drink and shit. I was like,
She's like, I was like, okay.
It was just good vibes.
It was fun. I had a lot of fun that day.
Oh,
Not because I was like, I'm gonna go
my
dance.
ghost is fucking.
And I went dancing by myself.
Mm,
Yeah.
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 And then she was there.
You're just so full of life everywhere you go, though.
No, yeah, good. Like I'm very big upon like energy attracting other energy. You know, like if you put good into the world, you're gonna get good back. But if you put negative and hating ass energy, you're gonna get that shit back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitch.
I
And-
love her though, cause she always treats me right. So it's like if you're gonna
If you
put
act
bad into
accordingly.
the world, yeah, you're gonna get it back.
And the thing too is about like I try to stay in a good mood because I'm a firm believer in, like I said, energy. And like if I'm in a bad mood, I'm not cooking. I'm not making any munchies.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm pouring into my product and that's what I'm giving you.
Yeah.
So am I trying to give you something like full of hate?
No, I mean,
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's not what I'm doing. Like I make sure I'm in a good mood. Like I have the music playing, like I'm usually by myself and I enjoy what I'm
what
doing.
type of music?
Everything. It just depends on my mood.
Like, I don't think I've
Like, you
ever
know?
seen you in a, like, not happy
Funk,
mood.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're always, like, just dancing, laughing. That's just who you are.
Good shit.
How many awards have your tamales won?
So I've only won one award, but what people don't know is that was my third time competing when I won.
How does one get into tamale competing?
Yeah.
Let alone win it. Let alone win it.
I'm naturally competitive, okay? And when I heard
No.
the competition, I was like, bet, like,
I got this shit.
bet, you know? So like the first time I was like, I got this, and I didn't win. I was like, that's all right. And it was actually crazy because the next year I went to go compete. My son's grandpa actually he had passed away, so it's like I made the tamales and I was gonna go to him, you know. So like I dropped out the second time, and the third time I was like, no. It was right after my brother died, and I was like, I'm going because he would be talking shit if I didn't go.
You did it, yep.
Yeah, he would be talking shit. Yeah.
And your brother had your back on that one, on that win?
Hell yeah! Because
yeah.
so one of my last memory of my brother is it was a little bit after Thanksgiving. I think it was the week of Thanksgiving, and my mom was visiting. Like she's not here ever in San Diego. She's in Arizona, but she was here, and I was like, "Come over, like I'm making tamales." And he's like, "Okay." And he's like, "I can eat," you know. I was like, "What kind of tamales do you want? What is your favorite?" He goes, "All of them." So I fucking I made all the flavors. Like I don't do that. I don't ever do that, and I did. I was like, okay, I'll make you whatever. Like I'll make him, and I made like he wanted beans and rice, so I remember making him beans and rice. My brother is like as big as this door, right? So he was over there laying on the floor with my son with the and they were playing Tijuana Border with the Hobbit. That's like my last best memory. So it's like they had 3 lines of traffic, and it was all merging into one. He's like, "See me, Hop? This is how you play." He's like, "It's called Tijuana Border." And yeah, and that was like, I don't know. I remember just sitting there in my kitchen, and I was like, my mom was there, my brother was there, his family was there, and my son was there. I was like, yeah, I can get used to this shit, you know? Like, if like this is my family, like this is, like I'm fucking blessed, you know?
Yeah.
And like 3 weeks later, my brother passed away. And then, yeah, and I was just like, I was honestly, I was mad. I was like, you fucker, like, you moved me out here just for you to leave me? Like, you know, I handled it different. I was like,
What's the stages?
well, now I gotta go fucking make these tamales and win now.
Yeah.
You know?
Because those stages be whooping your ass. Those stages of grief, they come in different ways,
Mhm.
different orders per person. Like, it's really a challenge, you
It
know?
is.
And also coming, like, to accept everything, like, it's different. But I feel just as of, like, knowing you for a couple months, hearing your origin story and everything, like, I'm proud of you. So I can only imagine, like, your brother watching over you and being so fucking proud of you. And now you've been able to keep pushing, because I know that shit's hard. I know losing somebody that you love more than everything. I know that shit's hard. I know that shit hurts. You know? Like, it's a different type of pain, you know? Like, you wish they were here to see your accomplishments and shit, and they're not, you know? So, like, good shit. Not many people can keep pushing, you know? I'm about to cry, too.
It's crazy because you guys were talking about that. So before I came here, I went to do an ofrenda.
Yeah.
And it was for for 18 racks. We're doing one for SDFC. We're doing an ofrenda. So they were doing a video, and like I was good. Like I was like, you know how I normally am, and they're like, oh, we want you to hold a picture of your brother and like show the camera. They're like, dude, they're like, just think about like they just started talking. They're like, man, they're like, just think about the family member who should have been here with you, like that didn't get to see all your accomplishments. And I was like,
Shit hits.
I was like, dang. And yeah, like, it hit me. And they just recorded me putting in my brother's stuff on the ofrenda. I have a little thing, like a little pot of tamales, like, you know.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
what
that.
it tastes. Yeah.
It's super tight.
It was cool, but what's crazy is, like, this is the third time today, like, like, my brother's giving me signs, you know? Like, this is the third time today somebody else is, like, bringing them up to me. Because I used to think when I see hummingbirds, that's a sign of my brother, and I haven't seen one in months. And, like, this morning at the end of, like, my tile job, like, I was so fucking tired, dude. And I was just loading up the van, and I was like, this shit got to pay off, you know? Like, because that shit's hard work, you know? Like, it's not easy. Like, I do that. I do stagehand job, too. Like, I build fucking stages. I load 18-wheelers, whatever I have to do, like, to get the job done. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, like, that's all fueling my business, you know what I mean? Whatever I have to do to get the job done, and that's because, like, that's what my brother was. Like, he taught me how to hustle, you know, by any means, you know?
One thing I want you guys both to know is that nobody expects you guys to get over anybody that you've lost ever. And anybody that does is definitely not somebody that you should be around too long, because grief, you're right, comes in different stages and at different times. And I think my mom can tell you when she lost her mom, when we lost my grandma, that shit hit you at different times. I know Stephanie's lost an uncle she was very close to, cousins she was very close to. All of us have. And I think that one thing that you guys should remember is that those moments that you talk about with hummingbird or ladybugs or with anything, that music that comes on at a random time, a song that makes you think in your car, that tingling sensation that you get, those are not things that are not anything other than coincidence. They are real facts. People that are trying to just let you know that you're good.
They're always
So
going to be around.
always remember that you don't have to feel like that person's not around. The reason why I ask for his name is because I want to make sure that when I address him with his name, because he is still here. Because you can tell in your life, in your vibrancy, in her life, in her vibrancy, in her life, in her vibrancy, that the reason that we do these things, and look at that, just like you said, everything's perfect timing. The perfect timing is right now that we're all here together, and it's fucking funny that I decided that I was going to invite him in. But who knows, like in this whole situation, maybe Nene was more important being here than I was important being in this podcast today, because, you know, you're moving her, you're moving me, you're moving him, and that's the reason that we asked you here, because you move all of us. So we want you to know, and I'm sure that these are probably words that I'm giving you, that he's trying to give you too, that you move the world in a way that a lot of people don't, and a lot of people will never be able to move the world the way you do. So just keep doing it, keep going, and understand that, like you said earlier, before we started talking about anything, you said very clearly that, you know, the timing of when you were going to do it, you weren't worried about. You just knew that it was something that was going to come. And when it came, and it came strong, and it came hard. And now look at you, like packaging like this. Like nobody's packaging like this. They're packaging in a Ziploc bag and giving you some product that they made, that they pieced together.
It's sealed.
It's melted. Those people are actually selling you a fucking Skittles bag that they cut up and then poured it in a little bag. This is homemade. This is homemade stuff. Like, it's made properly with love. It's not. You know. Well, I don't know what kind of candy it is, but it ain't Skittles cut out of a Skittles bag. You know.
Yeah, so I think that it's really important. The reason that we have these podcasts, and your podcast is actually probably going to move a lot of people, but I think that these podcasts are here to let people know that a lot of the situations that they might feel alone, that they're not. And I think that's the number one thing for everybody in the room, is that at times, sometimes we feel alone, and it's important that I think a lot of the people that you might not realize that you serve a larger purpose than the one that you can even imagine. And in serving that purpose, it's not your responsibility to feel like you're carrying it on your own. The purpose is just there because you're the light that can lead it. And it's just really important that we just, I tell people all the time, if you guys don't know, there's a parable. It's about the horse and the samurai. Horse is leading his samurai, and they're escaping from battle, and they're in the forest, and the forest is full of fog. And the samurai is like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what next. I don't know what to do. I can't see. They're coming for us. They're going to kill us, and we're going to be dead. And I'm so sorry. I'm leading you to your own death. And the horse turns up and looks at him and asks him, can you see your next step? And he says, yes, but I can't see how to get out of here. We're going to die. I can hear them. They're coming. I just know. He's all like, I might as well just kill myself now. It's just over. And the horse looks up at him and says, can you see your next step? And the samurai says, yes. And he says, then all you need to do is take your next step. And it's really important that you guys understand that sometimes it's sometimes it's gonna get foggy, and sometimes it's gonna seem like you don't know what to do or where to go or how to get there. And I promise you, all you need to focus on is just taking the step. One of the most important things I said tonight is that the difference between people like you and people that are stuck in their traumas is that you just do. You go. You just take the next step, and sometimes it's as small as that. It's that one little step that leads you to the next step and leads you out of this horror and this nightmare that sometimes we live in. And it's really important. I mean, Stephanie gets me every day. You guys don't get me every day. But the reason why I work so hard and do all the things I do is not so that I can work so hard for the rest of my life. It's so that eventually I'll build the wealth that my clients have and not have to work anymore. But I also read heavily. If you go into my room right now, I have like 6 books right now. I have different parts of each book that I'm at, and I'll keep reading and reading and reading, because again, when I was a young little maniac like me and Frankie were, we never did any of that. But if you were to hear that we were like these nerds, these band nerds, musicians, left-brained, and always were doing artistic and things like this, then you would probably say to yourself, like, nah, not these guys.
I get it all the time. I get it all the time.
And so it's just important that you guys know that we're not just these people that you see in the front of the table or the back of the table or serving you a shirt or a drink or whatever. We are actually people that are there for a purpose, and that purpose is larger than the thing that you could ever use to pull us down. Believe me, it's a waste of energy, it's a waste of time. So one thing I want to make sure that you guys know is that anytime you see us, if you need help or if you need somebody, you need something, you can always message us. We might not always be readily available. I might be on the run, or I might be at an event for like 5 minutes total sometimes. But the purpose of my showing up is to make sure everyone's good. So I want to make sure that you hear that, because I know a lot of times when you think that how I talk or what I say is like me trying to fucking, I don't know how you say it, but it's like, it's not. Believe me, the purity of what I say, Stephanie can tell you, it's about me making sure everybody's good.
It's because you're a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah, you know.
You're sour on the outside, but on the inside, you're sweet. It's true.
So when you ended up in the retail stores, I remember you telling me personally, I was at your house, I was getting candy, and you were telling me, like, guess what, you were so excited, and I was so happy for you. It was like something that was like unheard of. I didn't even know that was like in the spectrum of things you were going to do. So it's like super cool. How did that make you feel? To, even if it's not Munchies specifically, like, how did it make you feel to have something that you put your hands on inside of a store where, like, not even just hundreds or thousands, I don't know how many followers you have, thousands of people were able to be reached, but like now hundreds of thousands, because how many people go into the stores, and you're in so many stores. It's like, how did that make you feel? Like, honestly, like, 'cause I think all of us, like even us, I'm sure if we got clothing in the store, we'd be like ecstatic. Like, I don't even know.
I'd be like, so cute little people.
I would. For me, it's more like I said, if I can do that for somebody else, and they're putting their logo, like, what makes my logo any different? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same product. I'm the one making the candy.
Yeah.
It's the same recipe, so it's like I'm over here building somebody else's dream. Like, I can go far with it, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, for me, I was just like, okay, like, I'm gonna, like, we're in here, you know? And like, I learned, like, it's really hard to do this.
Yes.
It's really hard. Like, I have more love in Arizona. Like, they want my stores in Arizona. Like, they want my stuff in Arizona.
But seeing somebody get into a store, did that make you, like, just grind hard? Because I know I would. I would grind hard and figure out how they did what they did so that I could do it, so that I could be in that position.
So I see, like, there's like 2 or 3 chamoy vendors in the store, and they're in all the stores, you know? But the difference between their candy and my candy is they have half the amount I sell 8 ounces. The majority of the chamoy candy that's out there is like 4 ounces. I sell a bigger bag, so that's why the price is the price.
Yeah.
If you look at it, their price is the price because it's half my product. You know what I mean? So some people shy away from the price, and that's why I only do pop-ups and events because they already know my product, they're familiar, and they're more willing.
I've had that product before, just based off of the fact that it was like right there, and I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna have to hit Amada. I should have bought more candy, but I'll buy that product, and then we tested it out, and no offense to anybody, because I'm not gonna say what product it was, but I felt like the quality of product is not also as
Fresh.
yeah, it's wild. But like I know you told me something one time, and I'm not gonna repeat it. I'm not gonna ask you to repeat it. But your candy quality is like so much different. It's like I give it to them, and they're like, "This candy is not chewy. It's like literally like it's like you just gelatinized it or something." It's wild. It's wild because it's true.
With love.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like that's just facts. And then you go like, and it doesn't matter if I open that thing a week and a half from that day, I'm still like same quality of candy as well because it's just fresh. Like I don't know if that's fucking.
I mean, Stephanie
And
is,
sealed properly.
you guys haven't noticed, but
No. I'm so used to like even the old school baggies and stuff. Like,
well, you guys haven't noticed, but Stephanie's been over here in the corner crying because you didn't bring no gushers, and she's like, "Oh, you didn't bring the gushers."
yeah, that's why she was crying.
Yeah.
There's the monkey.
Yeah.
She's gonna blame it on the story, but it's really because the gushers weren't here.
She looked like I finally got next
No,
to
I always said.
don't do that. Don't make her go back because she
No,
put
I'm
together
not.
whatever she could.
I'm not. I'm just messing with you.
Next time, bring gushers.
No, last time
Or
I
don't
think
put
it
it
was
on.
like, oh, you got those gushers. I sure do. And I said, I'm gonna buy them right now before they're sold out. Yeah, because it happens fast. I keep
It
them right
does.
there by like my little nightstand
It
because
does.
every so often, like I have a sweet tooth.
Hey, fool, you should actually break right here so you can get everybody ice.
Yeah, we need it.
Oh, let me go pee pee.
Break.
Yeah,
Alexa!
Yeah.
And I need